Shirley MacLaine stars in Monday Night at the Movies at 8. It's at the NBC television network.
Century. Let's quickly introduce the guy who's going to pay the bill for the lights, and then we'll get out of here.
Cincinnati for programming produced last year by Channel 24, which informed cable viewers of the club's work in landscape design, study of birds, roadside development, Operation Wildfire.
Welcome to TV's Bloopers and Practical Jokes. Tonight, Bloopers from Children's Show starring Captain Kangaroo, David Hasselhoff, Ruth Buzzy, and others. Plus brand new bloopers from local TV news. In our Practical Jokes, a magician makes Mariette Hartley disappear into thin air and wind up in a strange situation. Oscar nominee Pat Morita gets tricked by his wife and Nancy Williams on a phony game show. Thom Sharp talks to the people of Hollywood about the Academy Awards. We'll see the wildest pitchmen from your hometown. Plus, Roggin's World of Sports Stuff. Classic commercials starring Tim Conway and Rosemary Clooney. Cella's Silliest Cinemas. And starring Dick Clark and Ed McBain.
Terrific lineup of goodies for you tonight. You seem ready to go. Always. Now, I got to let these people in on a little bit of a secret. This man is so busy. I don't know how he does what he does. Literally scores of people are searching him out all the time. Right here tonight, the Tonight Show staff was running you through some things. The Star Search people were talking about that show, and you were discussing your commercials with another group of people. I mean, how in the world do you concentrate on this show?
Oh, I'll tell you in a second as soon as I figure out which show this is.
This is the show where you do the practical jokes and the bloopers. You remember that, like this one?
Oh, that show. Yeah. I like that show. Well, let's start off with this one from Great Britain. A mailman with a plan to keep the dogs away.
What difference does it make to you if you have half the dogs really on the round?
Well, I feel a lot more safer than going around now with Roggin. I find that I'm not getting bitten and chased all the time.
How old is he?
He's only 8 months and he's got 10 months to go, yeah?
I'm just talking about on the hat too.
They're very cheap.
Come on. He's got a handful, isn't he, really?
Well, he is a bit, but he's worth it. I'm far better get bit by Rocky than other dogs.
I might get bit by Rocky.
He just disappeared.
Very good. Anyway, so what would you pay him on?
He's about 4 pounds of mince a day.
How about a microphone?
About 4 pounds of mince a day, pint of milk, calcium powder, calcium powder, and whatever else comes to about 4 pounds a week.
We'll be right back after this. So that's tonight. We've got a great selection collection of bloopers from the world of children's programs, including some hilarious scenes from the Captain Kangaroo show.
Oh, he's been a kid's favorite for over 20 years.
Ed, tell me, do you recall any of the shows that you enjoyed as a kid?
Oh, sure. Edgar Bergen and Charlie McCarthy, Baby Snooks, Little Orphan Annie.
Yeah, but do you think children's shows have really changed since we were kids?
Sure. When we were kids, we watched them on radio.
Yes. Roll the bloopers. Now, here's a blooper starring the legendary Captain Kangaroo, Bob Keeshan, and his pal, Mr. Moose.
I hope the machine is not hurting my sneaker. I think we better take a look and see.
So screwed up.
About to announce he has to visit the little boy's room.
What now? Well, we normally do the prize-giving ceremony first. Is that urgent, is it? Now, in this clip, the fellow in the band uniform is feeling kind of faint. Now, watch him as he sits down with the hostess and sort of gradually fades away. Seems fine right now, but watch this.
Now, this piece came to us with no sound, but you'll get the idea.
Here we go. Watch the hostess. He's down for the count. She's going to move on to another part of the floor where there are no bodies. Now, watch your step there.
Neither sleet nor snow can stop a mailman.
Here he comes. That's all thing.
But what about a cardboard mail truck?
His bag is full of letters. He brings to us
The lady in black is comedian Ruth Buzzy. Watch how an unexpected noise breaks her concentration.
Forget it. Mama, please, you must help us. How can I help you? Oh, please, Lady Arthur. I have forgotten my noise. I need your power. Oh, you got it. I need your magic. It's yours. I need you to save my daughter. But of course.
Well, this time she remembers her line, but I think she forgets how to walk.
Now here's a young actor talking about forgetting.
Forget the whole school scam. But I'm going to see my favorite rock.
How you doing?
Or you can forget it. You can forget the hat. You can also forget the coat. You can... Or you can forget it. You can forget the hat. You can forget the coat. You can forget the whole school scam. But I am going to see my favorite rock ensemble. I'm going to be a big star.
Now, this scene features David Hasselhoff, and he'll show these kids how it's done.
Yeah, well, you know it's okay to plan on stardom, but
right there.
Okay.
You know, it's
It's
okay.
the other way around.
I want to be a big star, just like you. I don't need school.
You know, it's okay to plan for stardom, but don't plan on it. You've got to give
again, dear friends, we travel into the deepest recesses of the strange and peculiar comedy mind of Cella. Here are some more of his silly cinemas. Poor Man's Slicer. Ready for quitting time. New invention.
A chin rest for peeping in the keyholes.
The loser.
Wonderful stuff. As you know, Ed, our next practical joke victim is Mariette Hartley, a terrific lady.
And a good friend of mine. We've done the Tonight Show together many, many times. We co-hosted the classic commercial special.
Yeah.
And we've done those really funny, sexy camera commercials together.
What are you talking about? Those camera commercials she did with James Garner, not you.
Oh, you caught me. Well, I knew she worked with some ruggedly handsome guy.
Anyway, you know the lady very well. I would like to know how you could play a joke on such a close personal friend.
Huh. How could she work with James Garner instead of me?
The victim, Mariette Hartley. Now, her sense of humor has gotten her into a lot of strange situations in the past, but we're putting her into probably the strangest situation of her life.
The accomplice, Patrick Ribbon, Mariette's husband. He's told Mariette that they've been invited to watch a young magician perform his act.
Now, our joke took place at the Sheraton Universal Hotel, where our practical joke crew went right to work. Patrick told Mariette that the magician they're going to see is the son of an old college buddy of his. He didn't tell Mariette that she's going to be part of his act. Now, at a certain point of the act, Mariette will disappear down this very long tunnel and come up in a very unexpected place. A stag party.
Anyway, I want to thank you all very much for coming here tonight.
Now, that's actor Steve Susskind, who's playing the magician's father.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Mr. Fastest Hands in the World, Steve Dacre. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. I'm glad you could all make it here this
Now,
evening.
Steve Dacre is a legitimate magician, and a very good one, too.
It's normally done in a very large theater where you never get a chance to actually see how the tricks are done. So tonight, I'd like to show you how a few of them are done. But I'm going to start with one of the first things that I always like to do before I begin a show. Very simple, and you can follow this. All will be done very slowly tonight. 3 handkerchiefs, ladies and gentlemen. You take the 3 of them together. Most magicians like to produce a bird or a rabbit. I always like to start with something like this. You see?
That's Mariette. She suspects nothing.
Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, for my next couple of little illusions that I'd like to demonstrate with you, normally I would have my wonderful assistant come out and assist me, but I thought it would be much better to use someone from the audience to step up and be my assistant.
Now, guess who he's going to pick as his assistant?
I see.
Nobody is volunteering.
And I would love, Mariette, would you like to come up? Ladies and gentlemen, Mariette Hartley, come on up.
Now, of course, Mariette can't say no to the son of Patrick's old school chum.
You'll see how naturally witty Mariette is through this whole thing.
We show you. Yes, my hands are definitely clean. I'd like to show you my new invention over here.
No, you're not getting me in
Yes.
that.
No, this is very simple. We're not going to cut you in half. Ladies and gentlemen, people for years have always wanted to know how to make a person disappear completely. So,
My marriage every day.
this is an electron. Let me explain now. This is an electron bombardment chamber. I place things in it, bombard it with electrons, and they become invisible so that nobody can see them.
Will it change the color of my hair?
Possibly. Let's just check the cabinet. Step over here. Let's open it up and
Never see you again, because I love you very much.
Yes, this is...
You, I don't care about
You're
tonight.
gonna...
Okay.
All right, don't do anything yet. I want to explain it to you. As you can see, it's a very safe cabinet. Except I'm going to put you in and not me. No. An ordinary cabinet. Now, when we bombard you with the electrons, you might feel a little different.
My
So,
chest drove for the first time. Oh my God, that's ugly. I've got to put that
now,
on.
this will prevent you from being...
Never meeting
Yes.
anybody again.
Yes, that's true. Okay. So, let's take this. You can bring it over here. We'll bring you over to the dressing side of my...
Now, that's the trap door for Mariette's escape.
Okay, good.
Now, you'll hear the magician whisper to Mariette that once she gets in the trunk, he'll knock 3 times. Then she should slip through the trapdoor and down the tunnel. Now, listen.
In the trunk. I want you to go out the back door. When I knock on it 3 times, you go on the back door. There you go. Go in. Go out the trap door and climb down there and through the tunnel. Okay? Good. Put it on. She's putting it on. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I think this is going to be a historical moment, ladies and gentlemen. Truly a historical
Now,
moment.
Mariette's playing this whole thing here for laughs. She has no idea that the laugh's going to be on her.
Looks fine. Very good. No, it looks very good. Now, step inside. How do you feel?
It's awful. I feel great.
You feel good. You just stand right in the middle of the box here. Place your hands right about here.
He's going to repeat his escape instructions to her in a moment.
You're not able to see anything. You go out the back. Down the stairs. And through the tunnel. And then up the other side. Okay? Great. All right. Close this right here. There she is. See you later. Okay. When I knock 3 times, now we gotta close the doors. And let me get the electron bombardment.
Mariette has no idea where that tunnel is going to lead.
It should be ready to work.
When Mariette comes out of that tunnel, she's going to pop up through a cake at a phony stag party. There she goes.
Let's see if it works. We can only imagine.
She's going back down to get a laugh at this. What a sense of humor this lady has. Now she's going back up and she'll be helped up by our phony groom actor, Dana Galloway.
She's crawling back now, but Patrick is waiting at the party.
Now, she'd like to go back to the magic show, but she can't figure out how. But she's got to go back to this stag party.
That's her husband, Patrick, waiting to tell her the truth.
How did you do that?
It wasn't easy.
You were just going to a nice little evening with an old schoolmate of yours, 20 years ago, and I ended up...
She's really going to give it to Patrick now.
That's what I love about this lady. She really knows how to enjoy an unusual situation.
Coming up, crazy salesman and sportsman. Well, it's time once again to see what the American people have done with their creative talents.
That's right. That means the homemade comedies. And, it's amazing how many people these days I run into who are making these
I
things.
know, I think I mentioned to you, my nephew's been working on one. It's a satire on a James Bond picture. Just him, 30 beautiful women. He's been doing love scenes for months now.
I mean, are we going to get to see this classic?
I don't know, he still hasn't bought a camera yet.
His uncle, I think. Now, wait. Here are some homemade comedies done by people who do have cameras. This homemade comedy is called Attack of the Killer Wash Machines.
your laundry again.
You waited for the blueprints from Buffalo for 2 weeks. Your career hangs in the balance. Well, wait no more. Now there's Pop's Mail, the new package and mail delivery service.
Where have you been? This was due 2 weeks ago.
Damn traffic. See what Pop's price beat. Now looking to serve you better. Miami. 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 Oh, look at this now. Let's see. Urgent. Rush. Pop's Mail. Serving the 48 states, except for New Jersey, with the latest in transportation technology and fast, friendly service. Pop's Mail. When it absolutely, positively, eventually has to be there. Damn traffic.
Send your homemade comedies to Dick and Ed, Post Office Box 4300, Hollywood, California 90078.
Dick, our local TV salute tonight is close to my heart. It's all about local TV pitchmen.
Oh, we've both done little pitching in our day, have we not?
Oh, back in Philadelphia, I sold everything from furniture to used cars, slicers and dicers.
I ask you, would you buy a used car from this man?
A lot of people did, thank goodness.
No, you know, there are some local pitchmen these days who are a little different breed than you and I were, Ed, but they do use, what would you say, a few gimmicks.
Oh, they'll do anything to get you to buy their product. You have to admire that.
Now, here's some examples of what we need.
Here's Carol Riddleton and his dog Spot.
Superstars are flying in to save all you survivors with my 24 Mark 24,000 miles guarantee. Only at Mail Star Forward. Now, how are we going to save them?
Who wanted that red dot bird on the largest selection of matching bedroom sets for your waterbed?
It's true. Bobby Lemon Chevrolet does go for less, and he'll do anything to prove he has down-to-earth prices. Roof, obnoxious. Crash Brothers clothes are the best around, the best in town, the best around.
Who knows what dangers lurk in your plumbing?
Indeed.
Forget the sticker, 99 cents over invoice.
Just a sticker.
Forget the sticker.
It's General Demolition Federated, and we're cutting the prices just like this.
Betting Bond cuts the price in half.
Show them how much 1/3 off is.
If you can buy a person's Crash Brothers, they rip the pants open you. Roof, obnoxious.
Don't do that mud and snow hang you up this winter. Get on down to Ravencar for pair of fantastical mud and snow tires today.
I'm not on discount car stores. You've seen me. You know what I'm going to say? Why don't you go in the kitchen and get yourself a glass of milk and some cookies?
When you buy a person's Crash Brothers mint store, you take the cake.
You know, sometimes when your favorite team loses a game, the world of sports can make you cry. But when Fred Roggins around, the world of sports is bound to make you laugh. Here's Fred Roggins' World of Sports Stuff.
Tonight, leading off the top of the first, is golfer Don January.
Two-banded. You believe that? I've never seen that.
Never could handle the inside pitch. Now a Hall of Fame safety tip. When fencing, make sure your putter's blade is safely shielded from your hand when drawing your weapon. That was the right way. This is the wrong. Now a navigational tip. When trying to cross the English Channel in heavy weather, take the love boat, not the love from. Laying down on the job awards tonight, our winner in the college ranked St. John's Chris Mullen, who puts it up as he goes down. And in the pros, Houston's Major Jones should be made a general for that shot. Our worst defense awards go to A, the Atlanta Hawks, for leaving Magic Johnson unguarded. B, the Kansas Jayhawks for giving Michigan an easy 2. and C to Appalachian State for giving Marshall an uncontested layup. Granted, those were easy shots, but who can blame Georgetown's Pat Ewing for missing a tough one? And now here's a tough way to get a laugh. Dennis Johnson head first into a cement floor. Those Celtics, what a crazy bunch. In boxing, our headliners of the week, Thomas Hearns and Marvin Hagler. Happiest boxer, Livingstone Bramble, who was bubbling with joy after defeating Ray Mancini. Now to a sport that combines the best of wrestling and boxing. Of course, we're talking about hockey. The Red Wings and North Stars competed in the 15-round tag team event. Everybody got into this one, including both coaches. After the fight came the real tough part, finding out where you left your gloves. Now, every hockey fan knows that 3 goals is a hat trick, but it is a little-known fact that 6 goals is a pig trick. Quebec fans celebrated this feat by throwing 3 live pigs onto the ice, prompting vendors to create a new taste sensation, the Porksicle.
Hilarious bloopers from your local news anchor people. Happy Day star Anthony Williams tricks Oscar trying to have a midlife fling.
It's a phase. I'm going through.
It might as well be with Bo Derek. Anthony Hopkins gives us all trying to become a man again. And Oscar winner Shirley MacLaine is the wife who finds a way to get even.
Want to come with me?
Sure. Next, a change of week.
Dad, you want to learn some theories? Yeah. Oh, you don't want to get a PhD in it. You can learn. Don't think of that.
There's one soft drink that fits the spirit of today. Diet Pepsi. The 1-calorie choice of
Welcome back to TV's Bloopers and Practical Jokes.
Say, if you long for the golden era when movies were movies and Hollywood was a synonym for glamour, then you won't want to miss the latest chapter in Thom Sharp's Book of Hollywood.
1984. It's certainly been a year filled with classic motion pictures. The Killing Field, Amadeus, A Passage to India also got the nod for Best Picture. Add in A Soldier's Story, and you have a year to remember. Hi, I'm Thom Sharp with another chapter in the Book of Hollywood. You know, it's the week before the Academy Awards, and you can feel the excitement in the air. And I got to tell you, nobody knows more about who's going to win these darn categories than the people of Hollywood themselves. Who do you think is going to take Best Picture this year?
Best Picture? Madonna.
Madonna? Now, who do you think is going to win Best Picture?
I figured, Eddie Murphy.
We're talking now with Leo Dabney. Leo, who was your choice for Best Actress?
Eddie Murphy.
Best Picture, what do you think is going to be Best Picture this year?
Amadeus.
Amadeus. Do you think Amadeus will be showing up to pick up the award?
I would assume, yeah.
Even though he's over 200 years old now? You guys are big Mozart fans. Now, do you think he's the lyricist that, say, Bruce Springsteen or Prince is?
I doubt it.
Yeah, what did he ever write? One thing's for sure, no one's going to be picking up an Academy Award without the right clothes. And here's where all the stars come. Jack Lemmon, one of the hosts of the Academy Awards this year, just happened to have his suit right here, the Jack Lemmon model, and originally upgrading the suit. As the tailor here at Academy Award quoted, who is like one of the tougher people to fit? George C. Scott, Gregory Peck.
I would say George C. Scott, yeah. He has a funny body. I can say that the guitar can fit him.
You're probably wondering what Charles is going to wear this year. You know, this year, he's going as a guy. Before you can win an Academy Award, however, you must apply here first. Hi, I'm here to apply for an Oscar. You're sitting here at the Academy Employment Agency. F. Murray Abraham of Amadeus is sitting right across from you. He gets the job. Does that make you a little mad? Do you think maybe you would have made a better Soliari?
I think I would have.
Of course, everyone wants to know where the stars are staying during Academy Award week. Well, it's right here at the Academy Hotel. This is Sissy's SpaceX room. Good luck, Sissy. She's probably in the shower or something. Okay, this is, of course, the restroom of the stars here at the Academy Hotel. It's, sorry. Good luck, Jessica. Good luck. No sense in humor. Here on the Academy Hotel rules, it says, not responsible for lost or stolen articles. One time, Zsa Gabor had one of her husbands stolen. Kind of a nice thing here at the Academy Hotel. Parking right in front. There's no need for any valet parking. This car right here with the broken out window is, I believe, Judy Davidson from Passage to India. I guess she had kind of a rough trip through Pakistan. Come on, are you shy? They're shy, but we have Heng S. Muir from the Killing Field. Which room are you staying in, Heng? Yeah, you're in 107, I believe. Heng S. Muir. Best supporting actor. Hey, great to see you, man. Great to see you. Best of luck to you, okay? We're here on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, where you'll find stars for Clark Gable, Elizabeth Taylor, Marilyn Monroe, and maybe this year's nominees will be out here someday too. F. Murray Abraham, Conrad J. Dvorak, who knows? So next time, this is Thom Sharp with another chapter in the Book of Hollywood. Maybe even Bob Moynihan.
And I think you'll be pleased once again to hear that tonight's bloopers include some gems from the television news.
I am indeed. Did you know that almost half a century ago, the very first news telecast took place from one of our places, too, Philadelphia?
Really?
Yeah. 50,000 people saw the Republican convention nominate Wendell Wilson.
That's pretty interesting. Thank you.
Oh, I thought you'd be a little angry.
I don't understand. Why would it be angry? 50,000 people watching the convention over half a century ago. Why would that make me angry?
Because they weren't watching you on American Bandstand.
Children here are being very unselfish.
Here's a reporter at a local skating rink.
In bad shape with their families. And just when you thought it was safe to go out on the skating rink, I'm going to do some skating right now.
I don't know if the company insurance covers this, Roger. Look at
Tax is unfair to no producers and won't solve the...
Now, there's a fly buzzing around this lady's head. Watch.
Deliberating on whether a taxman man is guilty of 2 Vernon County murders.
Here's a reporter trying to get to the other side of the creek.
Well, tomorrow we'll look at the city's #1 most dangerous intersection. And you'll agree, if you've ever been there, that you probably won't want to go there because you haven't ever been there before. You'll have to start all over again. 2 and 7 News first. Sports with Rick Morgan and News and Weather with Marissa Antonucci.
Good evening. Prime Minister Trudeau met with American President Ronald Reagan in Washington today. The two leaders agreed that inflation and unemployment should be among the top items to be discussed at the upcoming economic summit in Ottawa. While Reagan and Trudeau stressed cooperation between the participating nations, they also admit serious differences exist.
Here's a British reporter who's very suave until he drinks the milk. The kind of dribble spout.
You just flip it open like this, and there is a pouring shape spout already built into the container. And what's the final verdict on the new trimline pinter? Well, tastes like milk to me.
This man wants me to say arduous, beginning of the last step. It's a pretty arduous, arduous. Oh, their words.
Congressman Jerry Huckabee of Louisiana was in Rayville today to speak to the Toledo. Congressman Jerry Huckabee was in Rayville today to speak to the Congressman Jerry Huckabee was in Rayville today to speak to the Toledo. Congressman Jerry Huckabee was in Rayville today to speak to the
Now here's a man with no microphone, as you can tell.
Tonight, you okay? We have a big full time, we've got it. What do you think, Crew? You haven't had a chance to cheer tonight.
And now a look at the weather, if we can find the weatherman.
And the coolest temperatures are up in the Upper Peninsula.
and before your eyes, magically, I will appear here in just a moment. I'm out in Lake Michigan, but soon I will be up to the wind, believe it or not. Okay. Maybe sometime I will appear here in the near future, in just a moment. We're trying to get our buttons straightened out, and just as soon as we do, we'll let you know what's going on. Let's go to the national map. Can we go to the national map? Obviously, we're having some controlling problems. Just visualize in your mind the United States, okay, and there's a big high pressure system over the Northeast. And with a low of 27 degrees overnight in New York, there was quite a bit of snow. Hey, here I am. All right. The Tiger celebration has gotten to everyone tonight.
Yes, us celebrity Pat Morita gets pulled into a phony game show.
These things here, this is truly the state-of-the-art in greeting cards. You open it up, and it plays a song.
I understand they have little tiny computer chips in there that make the noise, and you can do it with anything. Happy birthday or whatever.
Now, you hold on to this. I had this one especially adapted for you. Listen, are you ready?
Yep. Hey, that's terrific. Thank you. Makes me want to say, here's Johnny.
All right, now, actually, the point of all of this is back in 1954, they had an early version of this without the modern technology, of course. And this is how they did it back then with the famous singer, Rosemary Clooney.
Hello, I'm Rosemary Clooney. I've been asked to sing this song just for you. Happy birthday, my darling. What an angel you are. What an angel you are to me.
Beautiful, Rosemary. That's a new Columbia recording Rosemary has just made for a brand new idea and greeting card. It's this new Gibson music card. A pretty birthday card with Rosemary singing your greeting right on this record. Here's really a most unforgettable way to remember a birthday. You know, we showed another version of this commercial a few weeks back, but this ad campaign is so well done, we sort of wanted you to see more of it. It's another takeoff of a classic TV detective series from the 50s, but remember, this was done a little while ago.
I was working Yellow Pages out of Bell Atlantic when a call came in from a local businessman. Somebody was stealing his business. When did all this start?
Well, you know, it's funny.
Sir?
It was right after the new Yellow Pages came out.
Yellow Pages? Frank? Got it. There's the guy.
In the Yellow Pages.
Big ads, business hours, credit cards, the works. You got just a one-line mention?
Well,
Looks like a 937 to me.
What?
Impersonating a businessman. Book him. You want their business? Give them the facts. In the Bell Atlantic Yellow Pages.
Here's a classic commercial from 1973 that captures the nervousness and anxiety of newlyweds on their wedding night.
Honey, I know you're in there. Susan, there are better ways to begin a marriage. This is crazy. Sweetheart, it's our wedding night. I'm not asking for the world. Please. You know I love you.
All right. If it'll make you happy.
It looks like a code, but it tastes different, and millions of people who tried it love the difference. Oh, hey! Once you try it, you'll love the difference.
Here's another funny potato chip commercial starring the comedian Tim Conley.
Lay's potato chips are so big, so crisp, so light, no one can eat just one.
Comes from Australia. It sells insurance in a spectacular fashion with thrills, chills, and spills.
These days, getting to be a
many a comedy routine end in tragedy.
I've been a party to a few of those myself. But there's a fellow who used to be considered strictly a comedian who's found brand new success as a movie actor, Pat Morita.
Yeah, I loved him in the Karate Kid. That man can act.
You know, but before Pat got the role in the Karate Kid, I guess he was probably most famous for portraying, what was it, Arnold, wasn't it? The owner of the drive-in, Happy Days.
That's Happy Days,
Yeah.
right. One of the cast members that he formed a close relationship with played Hotsy, Anson Williams.
Very close friend. So Pat never suspected anything when Anson brought him to what we call in the business a game show run-through. We really ought to explain what a run-through is.
It's like a practicing. They're practicing what happens. Before the game goes on the air, they play the game over and over again, usually in the offices of the producer, to get all the bugs out of the game and get the best players.
You know, they bring the celebrities in for the run-throughs, and those that play the game the best are asked to appear on the show when it goes on the air.
So in this joke, Anson is bringing Pat Morita and his wife to a run-through for a new game show.
The victim, Pat Morita. Now, he fancies himself quite a trivia expert, Ed, so he feels he should do very well at this new game show run-through, which is based on trivia questions.
Accomplice number one, Anson Williams. He's told Pat that he's helped create this trivia game show, and he wants Pat as a guest because Pat's so knowledgeable.
Accomplice number two is Yuki Morita, Pat's wife. This phony show is for celebrity couples. Yuki's going to be the one with all the right answers.
We set up phony producers' offices for our joke and invited Pat and Yuki to come down for a run-through. Waiting for him will be our phony producer, actor Gary Schwartz, and the phony MC of the show, actor Phil Winkus.
Show you how the show runs basically, and what it's it's going to be a lot of celebrity couples, and it's going to be kind of a round robin tournament, and you're going to knock each other out until we get through, and you're going to be playing for people in the audience. Okay? So let's give it a shot. All right. All right, Pat, we'll start with you. In the 1 year's time that it takes the Earth to revolve around the sun, it passes one planet 4 times. Which planet is that?
The moon. That's a good guess, Pat. Now, of course, we gave his wife Yuki the right answer.
It's Neptune. That's right. In the 1930s, the American coal miners, adopted a certain type of dog as their mascot because of its ability to climb ladders. What breed is
about as good as you can. Really? That's very nice of that.
I thought that was okay.
Right, they said that's it. That's about as good as you get.
Oh.
You did it! I don't believe it! I just don't believe it, but you did it! What? 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 I did it! I did it! I did it! What the hell did I do?
Coming up tonight on Channel 5 News at 10, we'll have the very latest on the last-minute talks that are going on right now trying to head off a teacher's strike in Chicago. In his commentary, Jim Ruttle with a surprising treat for voters at Montrose Harbor, and Carol Marine has the exclusive story of a Cicero businessman under investigation by a grand jury. The story is at 10.